There's one, and there's the other. All right, so let's say I had this data representing, make up your own. So let's say it was okay. Now let me see if you guys, before we even do anything, and if you weren't here last time, you're not going to have a clue. You got a 50-50 shot at this. Will the R we calculate for this data be positive or negative? As X increases, what is Y doing? Decreasing. So the slope of a line that goes near these points would be positive or negative? Negative, cool. So R would be negative. I love it. Do you think, you're not going to answer this perfectly, but would you say this R should be close to -1? Or should it be closer to 0? I would say closer to -1. I mean, it is pretty much, it only doesn't decrease right here, but these are pretty close. I mean, this whole thing doesn't mean that if I find a correlation, it doesn't mean for every step up, this is going to step down. No, it's an averaging, right? So it's something I would expect to happen. I expect grades to increase if study time increases. But does it necessarily do that? Not necessarily. But to be careful, what do? You freaking study more, right? Yeah. Because that's what the law of averages says. It's probably going to increase your grade if you study correctly. Okay, so there's a couple things I could already tell from this. That it's going to be a negative slope, so the R is going to be negative, right? Can you, here, let's see if you guys can handle this. Make a scatter plot by hand. And that's going to entail picking a good scale. I'll help you out a little bit. Feels good to me. So I'll help you out a little bit. This doesn't have to be 0 here. So if we make it like, if we make this 40, let's make this 40 right here. Then you can go up, the scale doesn't have to be by 40, it could be by 10 or 5. So it's sort of like we just move our gaze up. Does that make sense? So this could be 50, this could be 45. I'm going to let you pick that scale, whatever you want there. But you don't have to start at 0. So try to graph that by hand. Oh. Hassan, did you come in? Yeah, it's a lot of homework I haven't graded. Okay. Normally what I do is I grade the homework for the people that made lower grades on the test first. And if I have time, I grade the other ones, which normally means I don't grade them. I just give them back to you eventually.
The sheet says, like, homework turned in okay, so.
Yeah, so if I give it back to you not graded, it's assumed to be okay. So eventually I'm going to give all the homework back, and a lot of it is not going to be graded.
Oh.
Okay. Should be upset about that. Fine. Oh, it's that. So I go up and clear. Go up to L1 and clear. Don't hit that. The beat will make the list go away. All right. Did you turn on ever? Yes. Yes. Oh. No, I don't want you. Turn on. Turn on. Where?
You gotta take it with my teacher. It's solid.
All right, guys, let's see. What scale did somebody pick for this one? 40, 50, all right. I'm going to pick a little bit different. I'm going to pick 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 57. John says, whatever you want to do, man, it's fine. And then here I can do, now here, it's got to have a consistent scale. Don't say 4, 11, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. All right? So I can go by, let's just go by 4s, right? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So 4 goes to 71. Plop. 7 goes to 68. Plop. 11 goes to 60. Plop. 12 goes to 61. Woo-hoo. 28. Oh shit. That works out. 28 goes to 42. Pound. And you can see it looks really good there, right? You guys see that? My scale's not perfect, but it's close. So I know R is going to be really pretty close to -1 probably. Maybe at least, -0.8, somewhere around there, up to -1. How are you doing so far? Whenever you graph something, one of the most important things is freaking consistent scale. Otherwise, everything looks perfect. And that's dishonest at best. All right, maybe. It's one of the quickest ways to make a math or a science teacher cry is to have a scale like 40, 41, 87, 88, 92, 1,000. It's a straight line. Yeah, God, of course it is. Okay, so let's try putting this in the calculator now. I'll do this together with you guys.